Hey YouTube, hadn't posted in a while, figured I'd post something. This is my aquarium. Posted about it before, but rearranged it a little bit. Before I had the Hornswort over here, I had it right in the center, and I was protecting some fries of, that's the male platy right there. Over here you see the female platy Goldie, and there is another female Silver right here. Both of them have been impregnated by Mickey Mouse, Finn. All these names came up with by my daughters. Nonetheless, their fries were being eaten by neon tetras before, so I relocated the tetras to my mother-in-law's tank, and this batch of fries has been getting a decent size. They've managed to make it about 3 weeks so far, and I'd say they're about in 1 centimeter length. If I see one in the length of this video, I will definitely tell you. And show you as well. Currently, I have about 20 to 30 ramhorn snails in my tank. I have about 8 to 12 of these trumpet snails. I have 10 to 20 nerite snails. The 3 platies I've shown you, the 8 danios you've seen swimming around, and my dwarf puffer. Now, a lot of people say dwarf puffers are not community tanks material, and I believed that until I looked into it, and I looked into it, and I looked into it, and I have actually established the snail colony months ahead of time. This tank was pretty much prepared for a dwarf puffer. I do not believe that he could keep up with the danios. However, the platies, that's kind of touch and go. They are very fast fish. They do move very fast when they choose to, as well as the danios can choose to move slow when they choose to. It's a matter of the nature of the habitat, and the main thing to keep in mind when you have a dwarf puffer fish is line of sight. And I think that's the main reason why he hides inside my hornswort most of the time, and if he's not inside of there, he's hiding within one or the other Java fern, and that's just because he can distract himself. When I find him feeding on things, that might be him right there, that little speck. Let me see if I can't figure out a way to get him in the camera. So that's him right there. He just kind of chills out, he's never been aggressive once, and I've had him for weeks now. There he is. And he only ever gets in the hornswort and hides whenever I pull my camera out. Whenever I'm out here face to face and it's just me staring at my fish tank, he is swimming up and down looking at me, and I don't even feed him directly. There's snails already established in the fish tank. I don't do anything as far as he goes. I do, however, feed the other fish and the fries. But the only connection he has to me is the fact that I'm sitting here, which is pretty cool because, he's a self-aware fish. He is aware of the things outside of the fish tank, and he actually notices whenever I'm sitting here. He doesn't do that for my wife. She's never once said that he does the similar actions that I've described. However, I do think that the main thing is, it's heavily planted. I had it cycled before we got in here, and all my plants are well fed. I kind of use this plant food, and it works really good. I've gone to my local pet store, and they've got a bajillion different things, and whenever I read in the back of them what they've got in them, it seems like I've got to buy 3 different things to get the same thing that this gives me. Which I've got to drive all the way, Spring Hill, 45 minutes to get that, and I go through it pretty quickly, actually. I don't follow the instructions on the back of the bottle, mainly because I have a heavily planted aquarium. However, I also counter it with a CO2 blaster, and between the two of those, my plants stay very green. Before I was having a problem with things turning brown, almost translucent, before I started using the CO2 blaster with it. But now that I've started doing that, it's really started to brighten things up. However, my horns wore, I think it's just a matter of how much is in it. It seems to be sinking a lot, and it's not as bright of a green. It's kind of like a dull green. At the same time, I think it's a matter of how much is in that bunch of hornswort, considering when I moved it from the center of the tank to the right, I kind of bunched it up and then stuck it there. So, again, community pufferfish tank, fry platies. Let me give you an update on one of them real quick. Let me try to find one. Alright, so before, you couldn't really tell much about these guys. They were really small, hard to see. And when you could see them, all you could see was their eyeball, pretty much. Now they're getting to be about 3/4 of a centimeter. I don't know. Some of them I'd say are actually a centimeter. They are beginning to take color really well. There's one. That's a gold one for sure. There's a bunch of them behind these Java fern leaves. That one's gonna be more like silver. Nonetheless, ever since I removed the neon tetras, the platy fries have actually been surviving. I bet I went through like 6 or 8 batches of fries that the neon tetras ate. But now that these guys are getting a little bit bigger, I'll probably relocate the other 3 platies to that neon tetra tank, just so they don't continue to overwhelm my tank, and I will let these beautiful fish continue to exist and coexist with these fish until I see problems, and any other problems I'll relocate to the other aquarium, which is extremely understocked. There's very few fish in a 55-gallon fish tank, but I think 12 maybe, and I've been sending my leftover, and I say leftover, the things I have to separate off of my plants because they kind of outgrow my aquarium, I take to her. as well as my fish. I had assassin snails in here because I thought I would need to maintain my population a little bit better, and I took them over there, and ever since then it's been going pretty smooth. And if I get overwhelmed, I can always bring them back over here. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this view on YouTube. Sorry, it's a bit late, but I was just sitting here thinking I hadn't posted about it, and I was admiring a couple things as I was sitting here watching, so I figured I would make a video, and I hope you guys enjoy. Anyways, goodbye.